ND Montessori, and you can find us on all social media platforms and YouTube. And our goal is to bring the Montessori approach to you at home so that you can work on it with your kids and survive this quarantine. One great thing is we're working with NeuroClastic, and they provide us with an abundance of resources and different individuals who can help us meet your child's needs. We have OTs, teachers, physical therapists, musical therapists, really anything that we could need to help you.
Montessori is a child-led teaching philosophy where you have the benefit of mixed age groups, and children get to not only, learn and explore through hands-on activities, but also learn from each other. They learn patience, they learn how to be empathetic and supportive of each other.
And this is ideal for neurodivergent or ND children because those children in particular do really well when there's not as many hard lines and rigid boundaries around their learning. A traditional school setting can be really difficult for ND children with all of the grades and deadlines, etc. But when they are able to just go for it with their natural love of learning, some really great things can happen.
Being that it is a Montessori school, it's different than a public school system. We do not do grades. We do obviously follow the child and make observations on their progress and see where we can move forward with them. But as far as helping out neurodivergent children, especially like you said with being structured and rigid in the classroom, one of the biggest things that we do in the Montessori classroom is freedom of movement and freedom of choice with what they want to learn about, so they can choose whatever they want to that's available to them on the shelves and take it and work at a table. They can take it and put a rug on the floor and sit on the floor. If they want to sit by a friend and work with a friend, they can. There's just so many options and so many choices and so many ways to, just find out what works for each individual child.
So then you're able to just meet each child where they are and let them learn as they would naturally learn instead of confining them.
Yep, 100%, because then, we have, in my grade, in my class specifically, I have children that are younger than 3 actually. Sometimes they're not quite 3 yet, but they're showing signs of readiness, so they move up into my class, and we keep them all the way through kindergarten. And during that time, there's stuff in the classroom that's offered to them, like practical life activities where they can learn how to create their own snacks or pour or scoop, and really work on those fine and gross motor skills that they have. And then we have like a sensorial area where they can go and explore their senses based off of feel, smell, taste, hearing, everything. Mm-hmm. It's so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah, I think that's really great because I know a lot of times parents, even myself as a parent, we get really caught up in, is my child on mark? Are they learning the things they need to learn? And we get really caught up in addition, subtraction, reading, etc. But I think that most kids are going to learn each thing when they're ready to learn it. And when we're teaching kids things like how to prepare snacks and how to build relationships with friends and those sort of things, those are really beneficial types of learning to everyday life.
Yeah, because it not only that, it builds their confidence, which helps them be able to do bigger things like read and do addition and subtraction. And I will say in my classroom, we go all the way through long division and counting through thousands and millions and cool stuff. So, I mean, we get them when they don't even know one, the symbol of one to the word one to the one-on-one correspondence that this is 1 and this is 2, to being able to build those big numbers and add them and put them together and subtract and take away and multiply and divide. And it's so fun to see. It's just awesome just to be able to have them for that long.
When I've taught in a classroom setting before, it would be with children for 1 year you would have a 2's room or a 3's room, etc. And so as soon as they were done with that year, they move on and they have to rebuild that trust with a new teacher and rebuild those relationships. So that's a really cool style of learning.
Yeah, so to have them, every age group has their children for 3 years. I would say maybe with the exception of the little babies, once they start walking, they move into a toddler class. And then 3 years in primary, 3 years in lower elementary, 3 years in upper elementary, 3 years in adolescence, and then 3 years for the high school portion of it too. So it's awesome that, this type of education be carried on all throughout their younger learning experience, and that can be carried into the adulthood as well. Yeah, so we're going to be coming with a lot of fun things that you can do at home with your child and help you survive the quarantine. We're both neurodivergent ourselves, and that's why it's really hard for us to record a video, and you won't see us looking at the camera. You'll see us looking around, and that's okay. Just like it's okay for your child to have these things that's happening with them at home.
Yes, we are neurodivergent people. I am raising a neurodivergent child.
So our goal is to bring you different activities that you can do at home, things like science experiments with things you can do around the house, different types of activities that'll help with fine and gross motor skills, book reading, songs you can sing, music time, maybe some nature activities outside, anything we can think of. And if you have any suggestions, definitely let us know too.
Yes, I am personally a musician, and I'm really excited about coming up with some music activities. And I know that my daughter is super excited to get in on this with the art and music and outdoor exploring. So make sure you subscribe.
And we'll be back soon with our first activities.